everyone, and welcome to another week of This Week in Eorzea, the only Final Fantasy XIV news podcast show that features us, me, Debbie, and...
That's me, Pyra. Hello, welcome.
Hello. That entrance always, blows me away, because I forget I turn up my volume when we're just chatting, and then that, intro music slams hard, and I'm like, loud! I might have to do some audio balancing. If you can do that sort of stuff, hit me up. I'm really terrible at making sure I do that sort of thing. Hey, Zone. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. How has your week been? How was your weekend? How did it go?
Yeah, my weekend was great. We did technically a couple weeks ago was my 11-year anniversary of playing 14, but we postponed the big stream to Saturday. It was a lot of fun. If you came out, thank you. We did a lot of fun Final Fantasy 14 things, just a lot of casual hangs, torture, sour candy, just not my friend. But that's okay. It was all in good fun and good sports. So yeah, it was just a very jam-packed weekend of a lot of fun, kind of chill things. Yeah, how about you, Debbie?
I had to actually be IRL productive this past weekend. After a month and a half of recovering from my surgery, I just kind of looked around the house and went, geez, there's a lot that needs to be done. So I had to actually do IRL stuff and clean and organize and do my tax prep stuff and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it was okay. I'm tired. I'm looking forward to next weekend, which is a long weekend for me. Now, did you have a long weekend this past weekend? Was that a thing in some of the states, or?
Some people did a couple weeks ago. I have an odd job in that every weekend is a 3-day weekend, and so we don't inherently have the Monday holidays off, because we can take it off if we want to use PTO, but every weekend's a 3-day weekend, so
okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it. We have a news, I guess.
We have a news.
We have a news to talk about. And then I guess we'll fluff it out for the rest of the episode. Guys, we predicted this weeks ago that coming into the FanFest season, in between patches, they're going to be really kind of stingy with news and releases into the game. They're going to kind of make us work for it, build up the hype a little bit, get us thirsty, and then make it rain. Oh God. So yeah, we're just kind of in a holding pattern until that happens. But in the meantime, Lodestone, don't fail me now, Lodestone. Don't fail me now.
We need you. Oh gosh.
Bring it up. There's a new thing since last week.
Welcome to a news.
Welcome to a news. There's an episode of The Wolves Den, the European PvP stream, on Wednesday, February 11th. Join us for some exciting Crystalline Conflict matches, frontlines, and news about Crystalline Conflict's Regional Championships 2026 Europe and Oceania. So yeah, it's not even North American news, sorry guys. This is, yeah. It's Wednesday, February 11th at 9 a.m. Pacific. If you want to watch it, it's on the Final Fantasy XIV official Twitch channel. It's PvP. It's PvP. Oh, they got the prize. You have to have an EU account and be a resident of the United Kingdom. But look at that. I think we said this before. Other continents have way better prizes than we do.
Oh, totally. Also, just in general, the is it Taito?
Oh, yeah.
They just have the best gear ever, and I feel like the only way that you can get it in North America is either by a third-party website, which I know of a couple, or winning a prize into a virtual claw machine, which I've done before, and it's so difficult. It's they don't make it easy to get those things over here.
Yeah. So yeah, they've got a Loprit on a moon lamp, a couple of Final Fantasy XIV themed mouse pads, and the nodes pen holders.
Fancy. Paperweight pen holder.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you happen to be in the UK based or UK adjacent, or have really good friends in the UK, you can potentially get yourself one of those. The only other thing I saw that was moderately worth sharing news-wise is this. So this was released as a news memo on the 8th, so a couple of days ago, yesterday at 5:50 p.m. Apparently, following patch 7.4, so that was back in December, there was some issues with dyeing some equipment, very specifically. And it's got a list of customers who dyed the following gear between the release of patch 7.4 and the start of emergency maintenance on December 18th. You can get your dye back. So the reason I thought this might be worth mentioning is you never know. Like, there's a lot of people who enjoy glam in my community. So if you happen to have dyed one of these items in that very specific time period and wasted your dye because it didn't turn out the way you were expecting, they will send you your dye back. Apparently, deliveries will be carried out in stages beginning today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Such a weird bug. But I guess that's kind of what bugs are, right? Like, it can just be so obscure and random, but glad they're at least addressing it, not just like, they'll deal with it.
Right. Yeah, so they sincerely apologize for the inconvenience it may have caused, and yeah. So if that happened to you, make sure to reach out and get your dye back. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel like I'm pushing it here, but at least it's an example of one of those things where something went incorrectly in game and they're making it a priority to right it for the people who were affected. So what else can you expect, I guess? Is that it for news? Do you have any other news?
The only one other thing for our EU friends, which is FanFest tickets for Berlin, have gone. The applications for player exclusive ticket applications are now open through this Sunday. So if you are watching from across the pond and you want FanFest tickets for Berlin, then you have through Sunday the 15th to apply, and you have to go through the ticket application form that's on the Lodestone. So we can post a link for folks. I can grab a link of the Lodestone, but yeah. I don't know if anybody... I don't know how many... Maybe that's our community check-in for the week. How many of y'all are EU?
There we go. I find that back when I was streaming in the mornings, a considerable portion of my audience was from Europe. But now that I'm streaming more in the evenings, of course, they're all in bed by then. So I don't get to see them so much anymore. But yeah, where are you guys watching from? Let us know. Dates. We have a limited amount of time now to get completed. Oh my god, let's butcher the language with Debbie. To finish the Valentine's Day event. I still haven't because I am a procrastinator, but you have. So can you give us a spoilery-free, motivating speech to go get it done?
Yeah! So I did get to do it over the weekend. I will say a few things that hopefully won't ruin anybody's experience. There is an instanced thing that you have to do. I will say thing that you have to do for this event. It's a lot of fun, and you can go in, I believe, either with a matched party or fixed party of up to 4 people. So this isn't just your run-of-the-mill, go talk to a few NPCs and you're done with the event. There actually is a fun thing to do from this event. And yeah, I honestly had a lot of fun. I want to go back in there just... Like, I got everything that I needed. However, I kind of just want to go back in because it was cute. It was fun. And there's a ton of, like, prizes or, like, items from this event. There's, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 to 7 pieces of glam plus
Right.
like 4 or 5 housing items. It's kind of nuts. I feel like this is the most amount of like in-game items that we've received from any singular event. So definitely worth a check
See
out.
if I can pull that up. So we have until Monday, next Monday, but first thing in the morning. So really Sunday night is your deadline to be able to participate in that. And we showed it last week. Some of the prizes, of course, the glam components, and then there's like the furniture components as well, the rug and the chair and the cake and the table.
Yeah, no joke. I mean, that is by far the most amount of things I've seen from a singular, just like regular seasonal event. It's 7 pieces of armor, 5 pieces of housing, and 3 equestrian rolls. Not bad. The music's a lot of fun too. I will say that there's a remix of our Valentine's Day song, and it slaps. It's pretty good.
Okay. Well, thank you. Now everyone should feel motivated to go and get it done. I'm probably gonna do it Thursday, maybe. What day is Thursday?
It is 3 days from today.
Thanks. Okay. So we have until next Monday. We're fine. We're fine. It's the 12th. The Valentine's is on the weekend. Apparently, I just saw that. I pulled up the little calendar on my computer. So you guys have plenty of time. Yeah. And I think that's the only event going on right now in game.
Yeah.
Man, sorry guys. I'm doing my best here. Tip of the week. We have a tip of the week.
Wow.
But wait, there's more. So I guess this is a couple of tips of the week. So first off, question to everyone watching, question to Pyra. Do you use focus target?
Oh, yeah. I have to. I rage. I feel like it's an unwritten requirement, you know?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you have a macro for it?
I'm a PC player. What is it? I just use tab. Is it Control T? Control F? I feel like if I were in game, I could do it. But no,
it's the muscle memory, right?
Key.
You know how to do it with your fingers, but you don't know exactly what it is. Yeah. So that's today. So that's today's tip of the week. Focus target for anyone who doesn't know. So let's see if I can bring kind of what this looks like. So this is a screen where it shows you additional. Okay. It allows you to have visibility on a target even if you target away from that target. Is that a good way to describe it? So it has an extra box there that also has a cast bar associated with it. Yeah. So if you happen to click off a boss, for example, and that boss starts to cast something, you can still see that boss casting something even if you're not actually targeting that boss at the time. Correct?
I would say that, and to elaborate, it is of the boss's like hit bar. So if you're targeted on the boss, you'll see an extended view of that same bar. However, this is, always locked to that one target, and it also it also shows some of the things that you would normally see on that hit bar, but you can kind of move it around your screen wherever, and it takes up way less space.
Absolutely. Yeah. What she said. Honestly, there are people who have this macroed, and it also allows you to do like a target of target setup easier too. So I guess, for example, if you're targeting a boss and the tank keeps swapping, you can use a target of target to target the current person who's the target of the boss. How do you
that caught
use
up with that?
Okay.
I caught up with that. The target of the target of the target of the target.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Now how do I use the focus target or the target?
How do you use focus target?
So as a raider, one of the things that I love about focus target is that I actually place my focus target to the left, like kind of the center left of my character model. And so the reason why I do that is I'm kind of always looking in that general middle of my screen area. And so it's a very small window to look at, say, boss's HP, or to say the boss's, what a boss is casting, any buffs or debuffs. And I do that so that it's not like a whole huge horizontal line in the middle of my screen, but it puts it like in easily accessible view, so that when I'm in a raid, for instance, I can kind of keep up with what's going on with that boss at any given moment. And that's like the easy. I feel like the most I could simplify saying that. I feel like there's a lot more complexity, but
I wanted to log into game and get some footage of this kind of in use in game, and of course, like, my afternoon just went so fast, so I didn't get the opportunity. But I found this incredibly important as a new player, because I did find, especially when I was learning healing, when you're learning healing, you're spending the majority of your time targeting other players. And so I very often missed attacks from bosses because I just had no visibility to their cast bars. And unless I was paying attention, I didn't see them performing a particular action that meant a particular attack was coming. So making the boss a focused target and having that information always up on the screen is a bit of a lifesaver. Also, this, for anyone who didn't know it existed, is the Final Fantasy XIV game manual. It is available at finalfantasy14.com/game manual. It's on their Final Fantasy XIV website. I guess I can share this to chat. Can I? And you can type in anything you want in this table of contents, and it will bring up information on pretty much anything. It also has a getting started guide, a basic controls guide, a navigating the game screen, party play, duty support, active help, configuration settings. It's kind of like the compendium of information on the game. So if you're looking for a how-to on something and maybe Reddit is letting you down, no, not Reddit, you could probably find the information here. It might not be as advanced, but maybe after reading it, you'll have the context you need to ask different questions and get more specific answers to what you're looking for. I don't know. Does anyone want to like bring something up to see if I can search it? I don't even know.
I didn't even know this existed. So this is pretty cool. No, I'd never even use. Usually my manual is my husband and like help. Duty actions, main menu, keyboard controls. Oh, that's cool. Huh.
Camera.
That's so thoughtful.
Targeting, chat. Oh, it's got like all of the keyboard controls on here. What's the first one? The first one I learned that was super important was num0. And I learned that back in the early Praetorium days where like Debbie tells a story here. Back in the early days of Praetorium, people didn't do Praetorium. You kind of like trained the entire dungeon in between these nodes you had to click on to get to the next floor. And if you didn't click fast enough, the rest of the alliance didn't care and just killed you. Because all the mobs would hang around and beat you to death, and you'd get stuck in the next cutscene. It was very traumatic, and that's why everything has changed. Maybe Pyra remembers these days.
I do.
So it was very difficult to click the node you needed to click on through all of the enemies, unless you knew that the 0 on the numpad automatically targeted like non-monster items, so like objects in game or NPCs. So then it became really easy. You just num0'd and got out of there. Do you remember those days?
Oh, I remember those days. I feel like that's around the same time, similar but different. I learned that X on the keyboard will hide player names, so you can like just hide your ability to click on a player, so that it'll just like toggle, and you have to hold it down. And like you won't see player names, you won't be able to click on a player, but you can click on like an NPC. That's like before the new system where you get near an NPC. And like all the people go away. It was just like, there's a million people standing at this NPC. I need to get it. Yeah, but this is amazing. I didn't realize that this resource was a thing.
X target filter. Yeah. So yeah, check it when there are 50 people on the summoning bell. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then you just keep trying to zoom in and like move your camera up or down or around and be like, help, help, help. Glad those days are far behind me.
So yeah, and they have a little bit of a control thing here also for the controller to let you know kind of what does what if you're looking to play on controller as well. Menu navigation. So really just a fantastic resource that maybe is underutilized. I mean, particularly if you didn't even know about it. It's not something they advertise. And I was actually looking at their site, and they had a Eorzea in 1 minute video, and I was like, when did that even get put up? Let's see if I can. We have time. Let's see if I can find it again. Final Fantasy XIV online in 1 minute trailer. Did you see this before?
Not that I am aware of.
Now, I remember their starter guide series. Yeah, they advertised that when they started it. It's kind of like a video series of a player brand new to the game and kind of showcases some of the very early things you need to know. But this, I think, is new. Final Fantasy XIV in 1 minute. So it's kind of a really quick, brief introduction to the game to try to entice new players to it. So maybe if you've got a friend you're trying to nudge towards the game, and they only have 1 minute to hear you talk about it, you can send them a link to that video. It's very A Realm Reborn. Like there's no spoilers in it or anything. It's a very like just straightforward like welcome to Eorzea video. But no, I like that.
Yeah.
This site, I suppose I can give you one more piece of information about this site. This site I come to all the time because they had, of course now they don't have it anymore, but they had all of the links to all of the patches for all of the expansions down at the bottom. And so you could go through and find also like screenshots from pretty much any part of the game you wanted from this site. Now they've changed it a little bit since then, but that's what I would always come here for.
All I could think of when you were saying the 1 minute too is the meme. Have you heard like how to tell somebody about Final Fantasy in a minute? Have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with an expanded
the copy pasta? Yeah,
the copy pasta. I'm like, well, that's how you explain it in 1 minute.
Hey, there you go. Clearly. Yeah. That's tip of the week.
Yeah.
Is that's a sufficiently decent tip of the week.
Absolutely.
Which is a little bit lighthearted, because I think now we're kind of getting into our hot topic, or did I miss something? Hot topic?
I think that's it. I think it's hot topic time. Hot
topic. Okay, this is breaking news. Hot topic. Just came down today.
Wish we had like a news bulletin.
Right, breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yeah. So Discord has announced globally as of early March that they're making every Discord account teen censored, I guess, teen locked by default, and the only way to access mature content on the platform is to
Sell your soul? No.
is to verify your
Firstborn
age.
child.
Yeah, by submitting either a piece of government ID or by allowing them to take some footage of your face that they can AI analyze, and or submitting a photograph with your ID to compare that you are the person on the ID. And if you do not commit that age verification, there will of course be content filters. There will be age-gated spaces. They will limit what people you can get direct messages from, because obviously they don't want teenagers getting direct messages from strangers. They will give warning prompts before friend requests from users you may not know, and you will not be able to speak on stage in any servers. So that's where you are speaking in a voice channel and no one else is able to speak. So they're going to put that kind of restrictions up, dependent on people performing this verification. Now, this verification is a little bit risky, because Discord has had privacy breaches in the past with age verification partners, that has accidentally leaked people's photo IDs, which is serious, which is absolutely serious. So a lot of people in the community and a lot of people are very much not going to participate in that verification process. So that means that there's going to be a lot more restrictions on a lot more accounts that might change the way we use Discord. And Discord has become a huge part of 14 and how we communicate information. So, our first question of the day is, how many Final Fantasy XIV Discords are you a member of?
Dozens.
If
we count like creator communities, like our own, dozens at minimum.
Yeah.
Probably a good 30 to 50 at least.
A lot. Like, I've got the Final Fantasy XIV Reddit Discord, the Centurio Hunts Discord. What's another one? The Overseas Casual, which is the old, like, Island Sanctuary one. The Blue Academy. The Crystal Exploratory Missions. I got Saddlebag Exchange, Dynamis Data Center, ABBA, Crystalline Adventure Forays. We've got, like, R3 Discords. And Fisherman's Horizon, which is the Fisher one. Like, there are so many.
Yeah, like from every topic, raiding, general community, hunts and hunt trains, primal data center network, housing, like HGXIV, like housing networks, like back when AetherCon was more of a thing, like you name it. A little bit of everything.
Yeah. So we're in a situation here where the majority of our 14 information now comes from Discord. There are websites, and definitely we can shout them out, like Icy Veins, Teamcraft, Wiki. Help me name websites. The Balance.
I have a
Eorzea collection.
Website. Yeah, XIV directory, Gamer Escape, FFXIV wiki, Balance, Etro, Crafting and Gathering Central, Fisherman's Horizon, Universalis.
Okay.
A bunch of websites.
So we have a bunch of those, but the thing that Discord allows that they don't, of course, is the notification system. So, like, when a train is up, when a node is up, when a rare fishing window is up, Discord really excels at that. And also collaboration, like getting different people to chime in and answer questions and provide feedback and information. we really don't have another replacement for that kind of social media where you can have that collaborative experience. So the question, the hot topic, the question of the week, the question of the hour is Final Fantasy XIV going to feel an impact on these Discord changes? And will it prompt either players or Square Enix to create an alternative? What are your thoughts on that? Probably like my tone of voice maybe gave away the fact that I don't think the company is going to get involved in this at all, but it definitely shows that their attempts at building community resources, like what that community finder and the
fellowships.
The fellowships.
Yeah.
Haven't really gone the way they were wanting. So what are your thoughts on all of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a serious topic because, like, this is where people go to hang out outside of the game, or even when they're in the game. Like, I feel like certain systems, even 14 has tried to implement, have not even come close to anything that Discord has had. Like, you know, we just mentioned it. The fellowships was a thing that was added. Crossworld link shells and link shells, I think, do okay minimally in game, but are really like a quick chat form of messaging. Even like something like the companion app. I tried using the messaging feature on the companion app for like a week, and people just stopped using it because Discord. Literally, every time that there's a system that they implement a game, it's like, well, we have Discord. Why would we need that? So it's just, yeah. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I feel like Discord is something that has been prevalent for a while. I remember starting 14, 11 years ago, we used Skype. And then it went to Mumble. And then it went to TeamSpeak. And then it went to Discord. And, like, it's been at Discord for quite a while now. Yeah. There's nothing really like it.
So, yeah, Zome, to answer your question, they already rolled this out in the UK and Australia based on laws regarding social media and protecting minors from adult content online. So absolutely, I am not against them making this move. I am a little questioning as to whether they really need to filter the amount of things that they're filtering for non-verified accounts. And they haven't provided any sort of reassurance for people other than, of course, saying that the information will not be stored on their servers, that your information is going to be protected any better than they've protected it in the past. So, yeah, so that's kind of it. Now, you made a really good point, and that was the companion app. So the companion app is an incredibly underutilized piece of Final Fantasy XIV paraphernalia, let's say, because the companion app not only integrates an additional saddlebag, so your chocobo gets an entire 2 extra pages of saddlebag space. It gives you a free teleportation destination. It gives you, I think, a free retainer as well. And it has the ability to go into all of your retainers, reset your ventures. It has the ability to store all of your equipment automatically at the same time to any retainer who's holding the same object, which is a feature that you can't even do in-game. As well as has an entire, chat, social media chat feature for your link shells and your free company in-game. But no one uses it. I've been subscribed for years to this thing just for the benefits I've already listed. But it's just, it doesn't quite hit it, like you said, as a replacement for places like Discord. Why? What could they do? Or is it just that Discord has already been in place for so long and already does what we needed to do that it doesn't make sense to switch?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like it's a multi-part issue. One being that like Discord by itself has kind of become a monopoly. Like it really has for a lot of like online communication software is like it is king. Like it clearly beats so many in any type of community or informational spaces as far as like a contained, organized community. I think second to that, in my opinion, is that that's like one of the weakest parts about 14 is by the time they come up with a system, they're like 5 years late to the game. And it's like for one facet of what Discord does. So like I think Fellowships was a perfect example of like a forum style kind of in-game messaging board. And they kind of came to us like saying like, ta-da! And at that point, like we've had that for so many years, so much more polished, accessible outside of the game, which I think is a huge variable as well. And then it's very hard to be like, okay, I'm gonna stop implementing Discord into my daily life and replace it with a lesser form of communication. Like it just doesn't. It feels like the right product at the completely wrong time, therefore making it like practically useless.
Right. Yeah, and I mean the companion app is an extra cost. Do they have a free version of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use the free version of companion app. So some of the features that you were mentioning are not available for the paid. Like for instance, the additional retainer is not available for free. And I'm not sure about the saddlebags. I would have to double check that.
Yeah, I think that's a paid feature too.
Yeah.
What is it? Sorry, I just loaded up the page and it's like, what is it? Final Fantasy XIV Companion. What is it?
What is it?
But you're right. Like with the fact that it is very limited in its free version and it promotes a currency that you use to do particular things within the app, the Mog coins. It does feel a little bit predatory, like as mobile apps go with micro purchases and that sort of thing, because you can spend money to get additional currency to complete the things you want to complete. It does let you view your inventory remotely. It does let you access the market board and sell things, albeit with a limited number of Mog coins a day. It's got the chat. Now, the thing I did like about the chat is, the Final Fantasy XIV emotes. Yeah. It's got links to your fellowships, and it's got widgets you can have on your smart device to see like your number of tomes and stuff, which I do have set up. But whenever it logs you out of the game, it also removes that information, so you have to keep logging into the app.
Yeah.
It only makes you do it like infrequently if there's an update or like if after like a month or so, but still frequently enough that you're like, I have to sign in again.
Yeah, frequently enough where I know I logged in like a week ago on it, and yet it's still saying failed to retrieve data. So I have to go back in. Relog in. Yeah.
So if you get the
No, you're good.
If you get the premium, you get the chocobo saddlebags and retainers. You can organize them. You get double the kupu nuts. You can hold more kupu nuts. You can hire an extra retainer, and you get double your chocobo saddlebag space. And then of course it's got its like plans and features. Fellowships. Do you belong to a fellowship?
So I think I made one and I joined 2 the week that they started. And that may be the last time that I've touched that.
Right. I was gonna say, because I remember very briefly the free company I was in at the time started a fellowship. I saw like a welcome message when I logged in one day, and then that was it.
I remember joining one that was just Fellowship of the Egg, and people only posted egg And that was the point of it. And that's probably the most use I've gotten out of the fellowship.
Yeah. I again, another good idea, but didn't really satisfy what people needed from them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to even look up kind of information on fellowships, and it's a little bit hard to come by, other than people asking, are fellowships used? What are fellowships? Why are people talking about fellowships?
Yeah, I feel like it was literally something that they put in the game and they just let it kind of die out. It was actually introduced in 5.1 according to Wiki.
Yeah.
That's nuts. But even then, it was so too late. It was too late. Yeah. So like my yeah.
Yeah, go, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask the question of like, so we have these things in game that haven't worked. What brings us to Discord? Like, what makes us go back and like use Discord as much as we do?
Exactly. And for reasons that we've already talked about, it just has the integrations we need to ping large number of peoples. And not only that, but like role designation, so you can be pinged for very specific things. The ability to really get in-depth information on a particular topic. That is kind of more information sometimes than would be available on a website. Plus, people don't have to pay the maintenance fees to host a website, to update it, which is a lot of work. I pulled up a thread here on this very topic on Reddit and had people talking about it, and it doesn't seem like anything could really do what Discord does, or else we would have found it and there would be competition. I don't know. Yeah, because it's free, no one has to pay to keep the website hosted. It's also collaborative, anyone can contribute. People are saying maybe a wiki. If we were to have to come back to another solution, maybe we could try wikis. Wikis are a little bit cumbersome, though, aren't they?
It feels like it, yeah.
Wikis are a little bit cumbersome. Just to update back to GameFAQs. The problem I have with GameFAQs as a website is all the ads. Like every time I go there, the page is just entirely adverts. And if you idle it for like 20 seconds too long, a giant ad pops up in the middle of it. And it is very cumbersome to find what you're looking for. Player forums would be the best thing if the moderation organization UI of certain games weren't so unfriendly. Official forums, anyone?
Yeah. See, with a lot of these things too, my brain ultimately goes to like, what do I use Discord for? And the reasons that make it stand out. And it's like, for me, it's just a community 24/7. And it doesn't have to be like in a box. Like, something I love about my personal Discord is, you know, we go into voice chat and we go into text chat, and we can talk everything from Final Fantasy XIV to, hey, look at this is what my dog was doing today, to, hey, anybody want to play Phasmophobia, to, you know what I mean? Like, some of the forums, like some of the other, like, oh, this could be a solution for this aspect of it, like, only touches one piece of the pie. And that's what's really tough for me to like consider another platform. It's so much.
Yeah. Someone was like, before we had Discord, I spent 15 years on forums, IRC, MSN, Skype, and TeamSpeak, but I don't want to go back. Exactly. It's way too convenient having a permanent chat history, multiple channels based on roles, and a huge capacity for server size, etc. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, don't want to go back.
Yeah. I don't see another solution coming, particularly before March. As much as people are upset about the forced age-related requirements for a full unlocked account, I don't see this ultimately changing much for 14, unless something new comes out like right now that people can get bottom floor on. So given that so much of the community is based on Discord, and that despite the age verification requirements, I don't think people are going to leave. Will this change the way maybe some of these Discords are laid out or run? Will it change the way people access them? Like, do you foresee changing your Discord habits at all because of this?
At the moment, no. I think I will probably do the age verification if I need to. Ooh. Especially being there are multiple reasons for it. Like, as much as I don't love the idea of it, like the amount that I use Discord in both my personal, professional, and like my content life, it's very hard to, like, I do kind of feel like it's like, all right, you're being forced to do this, even though I'm not. Like, I can choose not to. However, like, you know, even moderating certain spaces for my day job that need a certain level of access to DMs, to like certain levels of access, like I feel like I'm kind of like needing to. Because for full transparency, like the company that I work for full time, like we host multiple Discord channels for our communities, internal and external, and so even just things like that, it feels kind of like, well, we're subject to this platform's rules, whether we like it or not. But I think for my community in general, like, I'm gonna still do what I do on my Discord channels, but I'm trying to keep an open ear and an open eye as far as like how people in my community are responding, and I'm starting to kind of scope out other avenues that may be more preferable for them, because if my people leave, like, I feel like I kind of have to go with them as a creator. It's like you're only as, you make content and you live stream. If it's me, I live stream like a goofball, but like I'm not doing it without my community. You know what I mean? Like, that's such an integral part into like why I do what I do, that it's like it's time for me to like start listening and looking a little bit deeper into like what people are saying.
Yeah. So now I don't know if we've gone through one at a time talking about these, but to me, like, I don't go onto Discord to view mature content or sensitive content. Right. Like, none of my communities are based around that. I just go online to like look at game stuff for different games and to network and to get information. So I don't care a single iota about having access to any mature content. Like, that is not my aim at all. So I don't care about this first one, that you need to be age assured in order to unblur sensitive content or to turn off the setting. Not a big deal for me. I don't care also about age gated spaces, with the exception of, we don't know which Discords may or may not be flagged as mature. So it could be some of these 14 Discords that have not safe for work channels or that sort of thing could be flagged as mature, and we could lose access if we're not age verified. That would impact me. Not getting direct messages from people I may not know. Honestly, I only look at my message requests infrequently anyway, because I get so many of them that are really spammy, like, hey, I'm your new best friend and I want you to commission me to make you some art. And like, I don't, unless I know the person and I'm expecting an invite, I really don't look at that at all. But again, direct messages from people a user may not know are routed to a separate inbox by default, and access to modify this setting is limited to people who are age assured. So you might miss invitations that you are expecting because you don't have the ability to go and check where they might have come in. And then stage restrictions. I don't really understand this one at all. I mean, unless your account is age assured, you may not speak on stage in servers. So I can't host a voice channel in my own server where I talk and people are by default muted unless I unmute them. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but I guess it's one of those things where I don't know why it's restricted, because it's based off of someone did something at one point and now no one can have it, sort of thing. And I don't really want to know what happened to make that a rule. So I'm fine not knowing. But yeah, so last year it successfully launched its Teen by Default experience in the UK and Australia, and this global rollout builds on that approach to deliver consistent age-appropriate protections worldwide. So again, I have nothing against why they're doing this, but right now we don't know exactly what determinations they're going to make in selecting what is or isn't part of that teen appropriate experience. And it brings up the greater conversation, which I think is what we're having with, is it okay to put all of 14 eggs in one basket? Like all of 14's eggs in one basket, where Discord is almost exclusively the point of contact for a lot of content in game. Like even like I was saying earlier with like the exploratory missions discords and stuff like that, like Baldessian Arsenal runs, a lot of Boja and stuff. That content can be completed almost exclusively by joining a Discord and getting people to help you clear it. So there might be some struggles in the future if people have to juggle things around to make that work. But same time, I guess players are resilient, and if the tool isn't there, we're gonna forge a new one. What could that look like if we had to move away from Discord? What do you think we might turn to?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. Like, I feel like it's kind of back to the things that don't work in 14 scenario, where like I feel like for certain elements I can think of certain platforms, and for other I'm lost. Like I think one of the biggest things that I'm lost with is like voice chat. I use voice chat quite a bit in my channels, and like I think, you know, you mentioned the wiki, like wikis could be a thing. Like I could see that, like in my brain I'm like, what would that look like? I feel like I could form that in my brain. I feel like right before we went live, Debbie had mentioned like Patreons. I think Patreon is starting to kind of have a more welcome environment for both free members as well as paid tier members. So I can see that. But even just something as simple as like sharing a screen and being in a voice call, I can't think of many other platforms that do that, honestly, besides like unless we're gonna go super corpo and go like Microsoft Teams and Skype and you know, go back to what is it, Slack? Like, ugh, gross. Zoom calls, like no, I don't want.
Oh man, yes. Part
Google
of me
Meet.
is sadistic enough that I'm like, oh, I really want my 14 teams set up.
Get out, Debbie. Get out of here.
Slack. Yeah, no. So here we are. So we're talking about today because it's a hot topic. Let us know your thoughts. Does it bother you at all? Not at all? I personally, I know Pyra said she would potentially, because it's so important to her work life and to her gaming life. She would age verify. I would not. At this point in time, there is no part of me that is tempted to submit my information online to them. But what are your thoughts? There is no right or wrong answer. Obviously, we're not going to condemn anyone for thinking one way or the other. There's a risk involved, though, and I think everyone who does it should understand the risk before they take it. Yeah. Any final thoughts on this topic?
Yeah, I mean, I think from a creator standpoint, like, this is kind of like I mentioned with my own community, this is the point where, like, I'm trying to ask my community of, like, what other spaces do they really enjoy seeing themselves, because I know we do YouTube and we do Twitch. However, those platforms a lot of the times lend themselves to needing to be on, like, literally broadcasting live, which is not always achievable. And so I would just recommend any of y'all watching to let us know, like, where do you want to see spaces for yourself to, like, pull that community in and kind of, like, nest, I guess, for lack of a better term, because I think now it's important to start getting things in place, even if we don't all jump ship, just, like, knowing what's the next thing. Because Debbie, to your point too, like, having all of our eggs in one basket, you know, you always wonder, like, what if something just imploded, like one platform just imploded, like, would you know how to reach out to people, would you know how to, like, build that community? So I think this is one of those kind of reality checks again where it's like, maybe it's time to start looking at options.
Diversifying.
Yeah.
And yet, yeah, at the same time, we're talking about just so much content that having it spread out in multiple places as well just makes it all the more inaccessible to a game that relies on information. Like, the game doesn't hold your hand. Yeah. And there's a lot of situations where you do need guides and need to look things up. So we will see how this plays out. It's happening early March. They don't give a specific date. They also suggested that some accounts by default might be automatically age verified if their algorithm determines via your habits or your typing that you are potentially above age. I don't know. I need to look more into that. What are they gleaning, and what are they reading that they can know I'm an adult or not an adult? Maybe it depends on whether or not I post anything to Discord after 8 p.m. I don't know. I don't know what they're looking at there, but that's not from their official site. Their official site just states the information we've gone over. Yeah, I like the ease of using Discord. I really like the convenience of having it all set up, even though I've become a little blind to it. Like, at some point when you're subscribed to so many Discords, like, the Discord notification is just noise at this point in time. I sometimes listen to it, I sometimes don't. If I see it pop up and I see a particular word, I might be interested. It's a lot, and it's busy, and it's very difficult to really, like, how do you pay attention to, like, 100 different servers? You don't. No. I guess unless you're directly mentioned, but even if you're mentioned by role or something, that's still a lot of notifications a day, right?
Yeah, I've had to mute pretty much all of my Discords minus, like, a handful. It's like work Discords, my personal Discord / like our Discord. That's pretty much it. Everything else is muted, because if not, it's just spam.
Right? Just so much. And even things that I wanted to really follow, like the hunt Discords and the fishing ones, like, at some point it's just, like you said, too much going on. So you really need to pick one thing to focus on, and that's what Debbie has trouble with, is picking one thing to focus on. So yeah, this is the conversation going on. You'll probably hear more of it in the next few days. I imagine every content creator is going to kind of weigh in, because every content creator has a Discord. And so this matters to pretty much everyone at this point in time. So we'll see. I don't disagree that they should do it. I don't disagree that it's appropriate to have safeguards in place for young people. God knows they are exposed to so many terrible things as it is. Definitely companies should take responsibility to what young people are able to access. But will that impact the community? We don't know. We don't know. What are you up to this week?
This week I am kind of just having a chill week. So this week we will be doing some more raid stuff in Final Fantasy Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. We will be getting into M11S. Hopefully a clear this week. Fingers crossed. We're almost there. We're so close. And then sprinkling in some Phasmophobia streams and around some 14 streams. How about you, Debbie?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, I've somehow gotten back up to streaming like 6 days a week. And I don't know how that happened, but it's also self-inflicted. Yeah.
Okay. I am streaming Thursday, probably Valention's event. If anyone wants to join me, that's when I'll knock it out. Thursday. Friday is map night on Halicarnassus. If anyone wants to join, sign up. It goes up in my Discord. Yeah, sometime that morning. And then Saturday is going to be another variety game. I haven't decided. I did In Tycoon, I did Tavern Manager. I'm gonna find another cozy game to knock out. I've been watching I'm gonna YouTube shout out right now. The Real Civil Engineer. I don't know if anyone's heard about it. I don't think those bubbles cross over anywhere. He's an engineer out of the UK, and he's done a lot of like cozy game playing and stuff. So I'm kind of really interested in some of the games he's been playing, so maybe I'll check one of them out. Yeah. Other than that, hopefully there'll be news next week.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Otherwise, we're gonna have to find something really fun to do. Like, I don't know, another tier list? Or maybe another tier list.
Tier list could be good. We could also do a duel in Eorzea. We did that the other day for my long stream.
How did that go?
It was great. Like I'm bad with names, so I realized that I was like I knew where everything was. I just couldn't remember the name of the thing that it was. So in that way it was terrible, but it was a lot of fun.
Okay. If you guys have a suggestion, let us know below. We're kind of up to anything until we start getting some FanFest news. So we'll take it all to heart. We'll have a good discussion and talk about whatever news there is. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us. My tongue is done. Thank you so much for joining us on Twitch and on YouTube. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel for more of this. So like, subscribe, follow if you want to get notifications to let you know that we're live and ready to chat. That's all I got. Right? Is that it? Okay.
That's it. Thanks, Debbie, for hosting as always.
Thanks. Take care, everyone. Love yourself as much as you love others. Protect your peace, and we'll see you in game. Bye.
Bye.